Hello viewers, I'm SB, and this is Slipways. Or rather, this is the demo for Slipways, because the game itself is not out yet. It comes out properly on June 3rd, which is not so long from now, and ahead of the release they've put out a new demo to sort of like drum up interest and excitement, and it's working. It's working very, very well on me. I am both interested and excited. If at any point during this you are overwhelmed with the desire to get your hands on the thing and to do it yourself, you can do that by just going to the Steam store page. And if you're into it, if you love what you're seeing, or if you go play it and love what you're playing, please do remember to wishlist it on Steam. Indie developers always say this is one of the best things you can do for a game in pre-release. It reminds you when it comes out so you can go buy it. It lets Steam know that people are interested, so Steam will show it to more people. It's just a win all the way around. Alright, without any further ado, let's get in here. So the demo comes with 4 pre-generated galaxies. Obviously the main game will do procedural generation. There'll be, some number of millions of combinations or whatever. If you've been around the channel for a while, you might remember this one. We played an earlier demo that they released back in February. But this is new. I've already played 3 of the galaxies because I'm having a really good time with the game. So I figured I'm going to play this 4th one. I may as well do it on camera and share the magic with all of you. So at the beginning of each game, you are presented with 5 alien races, and you will select 3 of them to be your federation of planets. Each one of them adds a couple of technologies to your tech tree and also gives you access to some perks. After we have selected 3 races, we will have a total of 6 perks to choose from. We'll pick 2 of those, and then we'll get into our intergalactic economy building simulator. And to avoid having to read through a bunch of options that you guys have no context for, I already figured out what we're doing. And I want this one, and I think it's, scientific fleet. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and do it. So it's a little bit like a 4X game, where we're, exploring and setting up economies and trading between worlds and stuff, but it doesn't have any of the combat stuff, so I guess it's sort of a 3X game. It is all about prosperity. We have a 25-year term as Galactic Governor, and we just have to use that time to make this part of the galaxy as prosperous as we possibly can. At the end of the game, we're going to get a bunch of victory points based on the number of worlds we inhabited, how rich each one of them has gotten, and all of that stuff after is going to get added together and then multiplied by the happiness of our people expressed as a percentage. So happiness is tremendously important in the end. We're not going to stress about it too much here in the early part of the game, but it does end up being tremendously important. So right now, we're going to enter this part of the galaxy through this wormhole, and let's just send out some probes here to figure out what these worlds are. We want to get as many worlds per probe as we can, because probes cost both time and money to send out. You can see there are 3 space bucks and a month. Time only moves forward when we do stuff, but obviously it's our most important resource. We gotta be a little careful with it. So let's explore 5 of these signals. Okay, not so good. You can see each one of the signals has a size that represents how likely we think it is to be a planet. These medium ones, they're probably a planet, or they're something, at least. There's these little tiny ones where we're we're not sure, maybe it's something. And then these large ones are almost certain to be a planet. So we kind of whiffed a little bit on that one. And what we're going to do with these planets is each one of them we turn into sort of a great big planet-wide industry, where they will take in some resources and they will output other resources. And we want to just get worlds that are producing the things that other worlds need and link them all together and have them trading, and somehow the prosperity just comes from that. Economics. So let's do a little bit more exploring, because that one was kind of a dud. Can we get all 4 of these? Okay, just barely. Alright, and we got a little bit of science there. One of the perks that we took, Scientific Fleet here, for every 3 planets we discover, produces 1 science. We're going to use science to invent new technologies, of course, and we're going to do our first technology pretty soon. If I have configured things correctly. We can't quite get all 5 of these together. All right, I'll take these 4. That's fine. All right, another 3 worlds. Good news. So each of the different worlds has a type, and each different type of world does different things. A forge world can take minerals or robots and make them into more advanced things. An arid planet could produce workers if we, bring in some water and food for them. A mineral planet will just take workers to mine out minerals. And this up here is a special node where if we connect some people to it, we'll find some, ancient alien forebear technology, and it'll do some weird fancy stuff. For the moment, let's keep finding worlds. My goal here is to uncover a group of worlds where we can get a nice resource loop going for the beginning of the game, where they can all feed each other, and we can get some good trade going. Okay, we got to 4. That's wonderful. Part of the reason that I chose the group of races that I did was I wanted to combine that science tech with this quantum sensors thing from the Silithid, because it's a very cheap technology that seems like it's going to be real good in the early game. It increases the scan radius and maximum range of our probes by 40% each. So let's go ahead and invent that. Okay, that gave us a lot more immediate vision than I was expecting. Is it? Okay, it's just it's the maximum range of the probes plus the maximum distance they can travel. That makes sense. So we do have a lot more worlds available here, but at some point we should probably actually start doing trade and connecting things. So where do we have some clusters that look maybe useful? We have Arctic worlds. We have an ocean over here. Obviously, oceans are pretty friendly to life. So we're just looking for a group of worlds that we could connect. So this will turn biomass into food. We need food and minerals to produce workers in an ocean world. Do we have like an Earth world anywhere? An Earth-like? Is this... Okay. Earth-like's usually a good start because you get workers out of it for just one resource. So do we have anything around here that produces food? This can make food if we give it biomass and robots. That's a big desert. Arid worlds don't grow things very well. We may need to keep... Here, let's try to reveal a couple more worlds around here. Okay, jungle's good. So jungle produce food from robots. This is a forge world where we can make robots from minerals. This is... Okay, we have our start here. So, we're going to set this world up as a hive world. Put in the food, get out the workers. You can see each time we set up one of these things, it costs us some initial seed money, and then it also has a yearly upkeep cost, and it's going to cost us 3 months to do the terraforming and the setup here. All right, and now that we've done that, we can issue probes from that world, so we've extended our range and stuff. And you can see this world is currently in the struggling state. It has unfulfilled needs. It is not doing well. The people here are unhappy. There are resource shortages. And the unhappiness here is going to get worse every turn to a maximum of minus 8%. Again, that's just minus 8% score at the end of the game, so we want to fix that. Fortunately, we have plenty of time here. So we're going to make this world Sacrifice 9 into a great big planet-wide mining operation. Okay, and we've entered our second year, so we have our selection of tasks available. We're going to deal with that in a second. Let's finish setting up our resources here. So, feed workers into the mine, and you can see, now that the mine has its level 1 needs met, it becomes established. When it's established, it is not producing as much unhappiness. It's producing its needs and its outputs move up a level. And there's another level above that called Successful, where it produces even more things and even more trade money. And above that, there's another level called Prosperous. And at the end of the game, part of what we're going to get scored on is how many of our worlds are prosperous and how many of them are successful. So in addition to the trade income, which we need to just have money to do things, all of this is going toward victory points. So, minerals make robots. Robots make food. And then food feeds the workers. Bam! Problem solved. Look at all these beautiful slipways. So now we have a bunch of established worlds. You can see here we have like a real income. Money is actually coming in. And these worlds are reasonably happy. That's pretty much the idea of the game. We just keep turning planets, we keep installing industry on planets and then connecting them together with other planets that need the stuff they put out, and hopefully at the end of it, everybody's pretty happy and basically rich. Probably. So, let's talk about tasks. Every so often, our council races are going to come to us and offer us some quests, essentially. And if we do the quests, we get rewards. So, the Dender would like us to increase our number of prosperous planets from 0 to 1. This is a thing that we do want to do, but I'm not sure it's a thing that's going to happen quickly, so we might not take this one. And the rewards, there's some events that we'll eventually encounter by interacting with these space stations, and if we've satisfied the races, they'll give us special options available there. And then also, this blue resource, I don't know what it's called, but it's just a victory point modifier. It's just a bunch of points at the end of the game. So these are cool. These are important. The Vittori would like us to establish a lab studying, I believe that's biomass, and get it to 3 science output. We do want to get a lab going early, because we want to be obviously getting more research, so I think I like that. That's right in line with our goals. And the Sylphid would like us to increase the total production of microchips by 4 units. So we do already have 2 worlds that would like microchips. This is probably in our immediate goals as well. So I think we're gonna take those 2 for that reason. And we will get a world to prosperous eventually. It might take a bit. So we need microchips. This is not a world that can produce that. Haunt 3 can produce microchips, but it wants workers. We can't slipway through a solid body, and we also can't slipway through another slipway. So that poses a little bit of a problem for us. We could get worker output from this swamp world here. Actually, that should work just fine, right? Yeah, that should actually be good. Okay, so we'll set you up as a recycling operation. We ticked over to a new world, so we got our income. Set you up to produce workers as a colony. And now we're not going to be able to run a slipway between these 2 worlds because the asteroid is in the way. So we're going to have to blow up this asteroid. When you exploit an asteroid, it gives you money for each colonized planet nearby. So actually, before we do that even, we should send out another probe over here. Okay. Is this close enough? Yeah. Do we want to settle this? Because if we do, we should settle this first and then exploit the asteroid and really maximize the payout. I suppose this could be a water exporting operation, but we don't actually need the water nearby. This planet needs water, but of course we're not going to be able to connect these because we're going to have slipways running all over the place over here. But mineral worlds do eventually need water, and there is another mineral world down here. So we'll probably end up... I'm going to go ahead and do this. We'll connect this right now, so that we can blow up this asteroid for maximum value. And then we'll connect workers to here, which will upgrade this planet's output. It feeds back one of the chips immediately, but the output is upgraded. We're going to send food over to there. And then, in order to get this world producing... Oh, what? Water, of course. Well, I'm really glad that we did this the way we did it then. So water in. And then, in order to upgrade this world, it needs, okay, at least 2 successful export routes. We already have 1. Here's a second, so now it becomes successful. That gives us a 3rd. Okay. All of this world's needs are met. But it's not successful because it doesn't have 2 export routes, right? We need to find a reason to get robots out of there. Okay, but now we have 2 successful worlds, and you can see the trade income from a successful world can get quite a bit better, and it's improving the trade income of every world it's connected to as well. So, like, look at that. Our income has jumped up considerably from getting a couple of upgrades. That is a really big deal. And that's 3 chips right there. So we're almost done with this quest. We just need to find 1 more world to produce chips in. Let's explore down here. God, I love these probes. These much larger, much more effective probes are really nice. So, we could set up a world that could use a robot export to make this a successful planet, and I mean, I feel like we probably should, right? We're gonna need a place to bring that food, but there's another Earth-like world over here. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable thing to do. Algae farm, connect. All right, look at all the success. Empire size has increased to growing. As your empire grows, it gets harder to manage. Current administration's cost will rise every time we increase the size, but the empire size category is another thing that's worth victory points at the end of the game. So it's a good idea to make sure you are growing rapidly. An ocean planet needs minerals to continue algae farming. Easy enough. Look at all the trade income. Look at it come in. So, what do we have to do to make this world prosperous? It needs a total of 5 imports and exports, and it has to be trading with 3 other planets that are successful or better. Unfortunately, that's going to be a tricky one. That's going to be tough to do. So basically, we have to get one of these 2 planets to successful, but like we don't have any outputs for this. We need to get some water in here. And I was planning on using this as a hive world, which means it would not be producing water. This one can produce water, I suppose. Desert planet doesn't do anything for us. Oh, and we need to set up a lab. And actually, we should probably get that going as early as possible. So, the way a lab works is, we have to build this structure. We just put it up in space anywhere we want. And it must be provided a source of workers to function as researchers, and then a supply of one of those 5 resources depicted there to study. Once it's hooked up to both of those things, it will produce science, but the amount of science it produces is based on the number of connections to different sources of those resources that we have. Our quest here is to establish a lab studying biomass and get it to 3 science, which is going to require 2 different sources of biomass and a source of workers. Or, I think, 3 sources of workers and 1 biomass would also do it? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's how mechanics work. Let's explore. We need to find a place to produce biomass, and obviously, like, we have a world that would like some over here. So let's try. How many worlds can we get? That's pretty good. 7 signals. Can we produce biomass? Yes. This world produces biomass with just worker, and we have worker nearby, so that seems like a winner. But we need a second source of biomass to power the lab all the way. And we are maybe not so lucky here. Okay, if we can get workers out to this world, it'll produce stuff for us as well. But that is both obstructed and out of range. So... Also, this world needs a source of goods in order to produce another worker that we can use to research at the lab, if we're spending the remaining worker that's alive here to produce biomass at the primordial world. This can get us goods, but it needs to be fed either robots or minerals. So we can get some stuff going from here. If we turned this world... This is not going to be easy. Okay, if we made Zalgo 3 into a colony, using some of the biomass from this world, we might be able to make this work. Alright. Here's what we're going to do. Let's set that up. Get the worker established. Okay, 2 biomass. Now, we can use biomass to produce more workers, and we could just use a worker from this world, potentially, to be the researcher, right? And then I don't know where we're gonna get food from. Can we get robots over to there? We don't have a source of robots nearby. This is pretty standard Slipways stuff, though. You know, you just start solving problems and eventually, hopefully, solve them all, maybe? So, yeah, let's... I do want this world to produce goods, but I'm not sure what the input should be for that. We could run minerals or robots out of this world, and I think we'd be able to connect... I don't know. Zalgo 3 might not be able to connect to Cavil 4 because there's a planet in the way. That planet might be too in the way. Okay, what if we did this a different way? What if we did robots and biomass to here to produce food, and then the food produces workers here, and then the workers come out... Problems. No, I think I like this being a worker world. And then we turn this swamp into this thing. Go like that. And then we just build the lab right here in the middle of all of this. Researcher, research material, and then, yeah, okay. More workers makes one, each additional worker makes one knowledge, each additional biomass makes two. So, bam, quest. Alright, so, each time we've finished both of our tasks, we will be offered additional tasks. They'll get harder as the game goes on, and each task that we actually complete will give us more of that blue victory point resource. So it definitely is to our benefit to be getting them done quickly. And also, obviously, we just, like, you want science incomes. That was important. We do need to get some production of microchips going again at some point. Is this world also going to need goods eventually? It is. Okay. So we do want this to be good producing. We need food, so I need robots pretty badly from somewhere. Let's probe out here. Do we have another world around here that can make us some robots? That's an ice ball. What about this stuff? Okay, got another Forebear ruins. Forge worlds can produce robots, but that's pretty far away. Fortunately, the game has a very handy undo feature. You can undo any move back to the last time you used a probe to reveal new information. So we can actually just test it. And we can just go, do these connect? No, they're out of range. In that case, don't buy that world yet. We'll get there. We'll figure it out. Can these worlds connect or no? That is an obstruction. That is a real problem. Okay, well, shoot. Okay, I think the way we're gonna have to do this is an aggro world. Here's our aggro bots. This produces workers. Bots make food. Food make worker. Worker make more robot. Robot makes goods. And then connect that. And our first world just became prosperous. And look at the trade income. Look at how good the wealth is getting. And then we know we're going to have to connect goods to this. We have enough. Yep, we have enough research here to get some tech. So we need one more tech from either tier 0 or tier 1 to move up and get tier 2. And it's like a sliding window. Once we have the ability to get tier 2 technologies, we'll lose the ability to research tier 0s. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So you always only have 2 tiers open at a time. So if there's anything from 0 that we really want, we should get it now. The Disease Eradication Project allows you to improve the production of a populated planet by 1 worker and adds a happiness bonus. And this allows us to... Oh, actually, that seems like it's going to be really useful. So we're going to be able to just make any planet have longer slipways. Yeah, I want that one. Okay. And we're in a position here where we still need to get more chip income, and we have another planet that wants chips, so probably it ends up being over here. Do we have a chip income world? Can we? Okay, we can get all these signals. You definitely can't. You also can't. Uh-oh. Well, we may have a problem here. Is this all the people this world's ever going to produce? Yeah, okay. Let's just go ahead and do this right now before I forget. So we'll send some workers out to this station. This used to be a slipspace relay, similar to our experimental designs. With some effort, perhaps it could be restored. So we can spend $15 rebuilding it to get an infraspace relay. Ooh. Which lets you route across standards. That seems very good. Or we could just take some raw science. I feel like we gotta do this, right? I mean, that means we don't get any benefit out of this right now. But after we have done one quest for the Sylphid, then we'll be able to use their actions and events. And this seems like it could be tremendously useful. So leave it for now. We'll come back. We gotta build chips somewhere. I do not know where. We may as well do this too, right? Like, we're gonna want to do this. Oh, but are we gonna want to do it from here or from there? I mean, it doesn't seem very likely that we're going to have another place to send workers from Zalgo 3, right? Because all the space around it's already mapped out. And these two worlds up here can't take workers as income, so yeah, I'm gonna do this. This used to be a residential space station. Its life support systems seem curiously similar to what we would need to live here. So we could make this into a place where we can send food to get people and happiness. We do have food nearby. Make it into a place where we could send people to get science, which actually I like quite a bit. Yeah, we already have workers around it. This costs 20, but like we're already at the point where our income is so strong that I'm not really stressed about the cost of things. So yeah, let's do that. Am I allowed to just connect more people? Okay, cool. Is it always just... Okay, if we connect one more, we get another 2 science after that. Still though, that's a pretty good start. 5 science is good early income. We need goods up here now. Oh, well, I mean, I guess we have this already. Okay, I got distracted because I do that very easily. We're at 12 science. Okay, yeah, so tier 0 is locked. So, unlocks the ability to make asteroids into habitats. That's probably not super relevant to us because we are not having any problems producing workers right now. This gives you a station that reveals a large area around itself and probes all signals encountered. That doesn't seem... We're not having a hard time probing. Unlocks the Mineralize action on Iceball, Desert, and Lava planets, which turns them into a red mineral world. Honestly, that could be pretty good. Those planets have no other use for us at the moment. This allows us to bring planets that are too hot, cold, dry, or wet one step closer to Earth-like. That seems useful. Improves the output of each laboratory by 2 science. Also seems useful. When you connect a planet to another one producing the same resource, trade income increases dramatically. This I'm less excited about because, like I said, I feel like we already have so much money that we don't need to worry about money anymore. And you don't get score from your income at the end of the game. Like, the only purpose of money is to actually play the game. So, I think we're probably not interested in this. I think that weather control and quantum computing seem very good, and I'm not very excited about... That might be good. Well, in any case, we can't afford it. Let's not worry about our science right now, is my point. So yeah, what was I doing? I was trying to find a place where we could produce chips and get them over to this world. Except that there is no such place. Well... Do we need chips anywhere else? And we needed chip income here, but we got it already. This needs biomass. And actually, biomass is the only thing this world is short to become prosperous. And we have biomass right here. Hell yeah. Okay. We're doing all right. We're doing all right so far. We could just pick a world and make it chip world. Just to complete the task and get new tasks. But that doesn't feel great. I want it to, like, I want it to plug into our systems in a sensible way. Like, where's a place that we would use chips to do something? A lot of the first level stuff doesn't require chips, but like you can see, once the bots factory gets past established, it needs more. In fact, Forge Worlds just need a lot of chips. So we had we have a bunch of Forge Worlds up here. So we're probably going to want chips for some of them eventually. We just pick one of these to be Chip World, right? Let's explore around a little bit more, try to get some idea. So this is going to want chips if we use it to produce workers, which we might. This is garbage. This world will never need them. This world could produce goods, because we need goods for this world. And if it's going to produce goods, it will need chips eventually. So this is Chip World. Are we going to be able to produce minerals for that? Well, let's make it Chip World and then we'll figure it out. Because that'll give us vision all the way up here. Okay, so as soon as we completed our tasks, we get access to new ones. As you can see, the higher level tasks have better rewards. Get one more... Oh, that's true. We did end up doing the thing that the Dender would have wanted us to do anyway. Get one more food-producing world to successful. I think we want to get our third option set unlocked. That's probably a good idea. And then increase your production of chips by another 6 units. Or here, let's increase research. So, food-producing worlds that are not currently successful. This one. Nope, sorry, that's a food intake world. This one. It needs an export route. So all we have to do is just find a place for food to come out of this world. I mean, right? That seems like a winner. I sort of want... We need water for this. But we can get water from there. Yeah, and there's nothing else around here that's going to require food. I guess, hold on, let's check this stuff. This is a little bit more likely to be a world. Okay, we could do food stuff down here as well. Food plus minerals equals people is probably pretty good. Let's do it that way. Right, and then this is people and minerals. Get some two-way trade going there. They make each other happy. Is that not good enough? 2 export routes. Was this not... Oh, it was at 0 before. Okay, well... we're also going to make people this way then, I guess? Yeah, that's true. That planet was not outputting anywhere. Here, do that. Okay. Excellent. Oh, right. Now that we have this thing. $15, get an infraspace relay. So that's a station that we can build. We just have one of them. I don't know what we're going to do with it. We'll save it for the moment. So let's explore up here, because we need to find a world to get minerals from, right? Oh, also, we're getting science income. Which of these things do I want most? Do I want to get mineral seeding? Because when we... 2 techs from now, we're going to lose access to our tier 1s. So if I want this, I should take it now. I do sort of feel like quantum computing would be very good at the moment. Yeah, let's take that. That'll give us some progress on this right away, and then the next lab we build, we'll just finish that task immediately. And did we get any mineral worlds? We actually didn't. Can we get all 5 of these in one signal? No. We can get the big ones. Also not mineral worlds. Okay. Problem. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Okay, if we take the mineralized thing, we could turn like this ice ball into a mineral world and feed it that way. This swamp will need chips to produce workers to feed the mine. That makes sense and should work. Okay, let's do another lab. Let's complete a quest. So, if you have more than one lab researching the same type of resource, you get reduced benefit. So, we should make sure that we're sort of spreading out on that. What do we want to do with this? Food is not one of them, right? It's mineral, water, biomass, chips, and robots. We kind of have our chips accounted for already, right? Up here? Like, we don't really have a lot of spare stuff. We could run workers out of Zalgo 3. We don't have to. It's satisfied already, but we could if we built like a thing in the middle here. But I guess all we could really research from there is biomass. Goods. Are goods on the list? Goods are not on the list. I thought the people that you sent to Forebear Ruins to explore them were consumed, but clearly that is not the case. Because I thought they like stayed there and worked on it. Okay, I mean that's better. So if we can get water into here, it will produce more minerals, and then we could have it be like workers and minerals and workers. Like we could do that. So how do we get water over here? That planet can produce water. It's a little tricky though, because then the water slipway is cutting right across the middle here, so we couldn't feed people from both sides into it. That's probably not a big deal. It doesn't have to be a very good lab in order to complete the quest. Alternatively, we could... that's just water again. It's not going to be too hard to get robots from that one. We have sources of robots over here. Although, actually, yeah, we really need that mineralized technology because we are actually quite short on mineral worlds. Okay, it's good to know. For the moment, I'm going to take this, we're going to feed the water into that world, and then we're going to build the lab somewhere. The question is, does it go here and use workers from this planet, or does it go here and use workers from that planet? I don't know that it matters too much. I feel like... Here, let's get some information about what's going on over here. Are we going to need workers for other stuff? Okay, well that's another source of water. That could have been good to connect over there, maybe. So we really don't need people from this planet, probably. Very badly. So I'm comfortable building it, like, in here. If I build it out here, we could maybe feed from other planets around. Maybe that's a smart idea. Let's do it there. Researchers, research material, and that's going to complete our other task. And we immediately get 8 science. And then, more tasks. If we invent 2 new technologies, we'll get a research discount on the text that the Vittori added to our tree, which seems pretty good. And then, like, this is a thing we absolutely are already focused on doing, right? So, yeah, we'll just take those. Okay. Things are going pretty alright, in my opinion. This feels like a strong start. So, prosperous planets. That's a thing we were going to want to focus on anyway. We may as well get back to focusing on it. So, here we got to produce goods. It doesn't exactly matter how we produce them. Oh, can I research mineralize? Yeah, give me that. Give me that. We need that badly. Okay, now we have lots of interesting options. Let's go ahead and mineralize this, turn it into that, feed this. Now, we want to turn this into... We don't have robot or mineral income right now, but we can get mineral income from here. So let's make this minerals into goods. Send the goods down there. Alright, more successful planets means more other stuff. Turning into mineral only costs 1 month, which is nice. We basically need this world to produce people. Okay, do that. New technologies available. So, terraforming drones. Wait, where did this come from? This is new, right? Oh, I see. This is related to a technology that we had not taken before. This only appears once you have the ability to change planet types. So reduces the time taken by 1 month, making it costless, which is interesting. Or we could get another planet type tech. Or we could save up because we have access to tier 3. So the repurposing project adds 1 unit of goods on any planet producing robots and 1 unit of robots on any planet producing goods. That's compelling. Machine sentience lets you use robot as worker. That's fun. An expedient way to settle humans without having to rely on habitable planets. This unlocks the slip relay. So this is different from the very fancy relay that we currently have. This is just like an intermediate structure that you can connect to for the purposes of like reaching something that's ordinarily too far away. It's not critical that we have these, but they're pretty good. This dramatically increases our science output. That's also very interesting. I kind of want our next 2 techs to advance to be these 2, honestly. I think we're going to take terraforming drones right now. So now... Oh yes, also task. Cool. Now it doesn't cost us any time to terraform worlds. That's neat. And it'll be even better once we have more terraforming abilities. Which we will soon. So... this is gonna happen. This is gonna become a world that produces workers. And we'll just worker connect both of those. Now, obviously, we need to make some stuff happen up here. I need biomass. And I need robots. Do we have, like, forge worlds or anything over here? I need a robot producing world. You can't make robots. This could be a biomass produces food world instead. Can we... Okay. Yeah. So... Biomass. Food. Connect. Wait, they're not... There we go. And then they send workers back. And all of this stuff is happy now. Cool. But we were supposed to be making planets prosperous, and I got distracted. I mean, listen. We're working on it. So one of the things that a world needs to be prosperous is to be connected to other successful or prosperous worlds. So of course that matters. We're not researching robots anywhere, are we? We could set up just like a crummy little robot world, or robot research station in here, just to give this one more export. There we go. That's a success. And then that's got good output, even though it's kind of crappy because of our technology. And what else do we need? Where's our next focus? I would like to make another success. Let's see. You need at least 1 more import. You need an import of biomass, and you need to be connected to 1 more world that's doing well. You have good connections, but you need one more. We need another successful world somewhere around here. This needs another worker income. Here we go. Alright, continue to increase your number of prosperous planets. Feels like a really good one. Establish a lab producing or studying water and get it to 7 science. With the technologies that we're taking, this seems extremely in reach. I feel bad for the Sylphid, but we we may end up never taking another one of their tasks. All right, let's go for it. So we don't currently have a water lab, right? We have robot lab, mineral lab, and of course biomass lab. So, there should be a water connection here. Obviously. Water lab over here. And yeah, then there's already workers for that. Can we find another source of water around there? I'm trying to get that other signal. We can't get them all. Alright, I'll take this. Show me a source of water. Great. Wonderful news. If I want to connect workers to this forebear ruin, though, this complicates things a little bit. I guess we put the lab, like, up here. I don't hate that. I think that's pretty good, actually. Let's go ahead and grab this thing. We knew we were going to grab that. More terraforming. So that has let me... Okay. Turn an ice ball into Arctic or mineral. We got options. Arctic worlds. What do Arctic worlds do? Do we have one? Because my brain... I need a cold-looking world. This is Arctic. Nope, that's Earth-like. It just has a large ice cap. Arctic. Okay, so it's that one. That's a more useful world. That is for damn sure. So, water output, food output, researcher output. Interesting stuff. Let's go ahead and build the lab. So we have to be pretty careful about this, because we want to make sure it's in range of everything, but it's not, obstructed. Yes, water, please. Sometimes the game will ask you to make a decision that way. So, this is now finished as soon as we take this technology. Right, that'll boost that right there. But we could also just make this a thawing facility and attach another water. Yeah, water 2 each, or worker 1 each. Okay, let's do that so we know that's good. We need goods income over here, and once we have goods income, it'll produce another worker, which we could send over here. And then this place will have one more import route, and that'll be successful. They'll both become successful at that point, and so they'll feed each other for prosperity later. That's exciting. This world needs an export route. I believe this counts. Even though this planet has all of the materials or the minerals that it needs, I think planets import infinitely. Yeah, cool. Excellent. And that is... This thing actually is connected to enough stuff. It just desperately needs biomass. We could use our infragate over here. We could put it down somewhere like here and connect this to it and then that up to there. I guess that's probably not worth doing because we have relatively easy sources of biomass over here. What we don't have is a way to get goods to this world. Goods? Okay. That's a possibility. That's compelling. We could turn the swamp into an Earth-like world if we wanted. Oh, man. I'll tell you what. A little bit of downside. We now have a lot of options about everything, and that is paralyzing to me. I find that very difficult to just deal with. Okay, so, robots. We need robots. We would like robots. If we end up having this world produce food or workers, that would be okay. Because we have a source of biomass nearby, ready for that. We need more information. Okay. So not a lot of things over here that will make use of the biomass, honestly. So what do we have access to here? That's the thing we were looking for. Oh, we're at the top of the research tree, actually. Okay, so slipstream relays, maybe good. Self-hosting AI, definitely good. This accomplishes a task. It gets us more science for more things. What's in the last tier? Enables the Skill Up Facilities project on established or better planets, which increases production by 1 additional unit of each product. Interesting. Void Synthesizer is capable of synthesizing 1 unit of a basic resource and sending it to a planet that has an unmet need for it. Yo! That seems very good. Mind Control blocks any happiness penalties from resource shortages, missing exports, or unemployment. Okay, so that's just like a score modifier you throw on at the end of the game. Seems good. Paired with another teleporter, provides a long-distance connection regardless of obstacles in between built-in matched pairs. Extremely good. Extremely good. What a problem solver. Every successful worker-producing planet generates 1 unit of culture. Accepted by any planet, negates happiness penalties. If all needs are supplied, adds 1% happiness instead. Which, again, remember, is 1% score. A score multiplier at the end. And this unlocks the Ascension Gate. Allows those who tire of this plane of existence to ascend, yielding just raw happiness. That's very fun. We're going to take this right now. Alright. Quest complete. Victory points acquired. I don't know if there's a place in the UI to track your blue stuff. Okay, it shows you your score right now. This is not a great score so far, but we got a lot of time. So yeah, okay, you can see here. Each one of these things is worth 50 stars. Each point of blue is worth 50 stars. Planets are worth this number of stars. Your empire size is worth stars. And then at the end of the game, your total number of stars is multiplied by your happiness expressed as a percentage, and that's your actual score. What is domain? Ah. Yeah, I just never clicked on this button, I think. Alright. Let's focus. Let's focus, shall we? What would it be like if I were just focused? Can I get this and another thing at the same time? Oh, it actually was a world. That's interesting. Don't know what to do with that. Okay, so we got lots of science coming in. Let's make some worlds prosperous, shall we? So this requires another people input. This world just needs the other worlds around it to get more successful. So we actually still, after all this time, have this problem. We never did get chips over here. You need a source of biomass, which we do not have a way of providing. We need those teleporters. Those teleporters are going to completely change the game. You know what we could do? We could use our our infragate thing to solve some of our problems here, because this world could feed chips to this world, which would make this successful, which will help feed that, and that, of course. And then this world also needs one more export right now pretty badly, so yeah, let's use that this way. Okay, undo. But it's got to be in a position where it's going to be able to make the rest of the connection, right? Very inconvenient. Because I'm definitely worried about, like, obstruction from here to there. Okay, no, it works. Cool. Okay. So this world still needs one more of its nearbys to get successful. And this needs that and also another import or export. Well, we don't have any more robots or chips nearby, nor can we get any more robots or chips. Nor can we probably, yeah, that's actually a real problem. But, I mean, it being successful is good. It's contributing stuff. This needs green stuff. That's, like, the only thing that's true. Well, can we use the... No, we're obstructed. I was gonna... We could build that a little bit further north and try to use it to pass the green stuff down. That's galactic north, you understand. Okay, that connects. And that still connects. Cool. Wait, but shouldn't that not be a problem? Oh, okay. That can only bear one, I see. Well, in that case, repositioning that had no value. Okay. Fine by me, it's okay. Listen, we could fix this when we get the teleporters, right? We could just build a teleporter like over here and just bring some biomass in that way. So we just need to keep making things successful. You're not connected to any successful worlds. Who's close to moving on? You would move up with biomass. Let's get you that biomass. I don't know where I'm going to get robots. Because I kind of want this to produce goods, otherwise we're not going to be able to get any goods over here. Let's have a look around. Inconvenient. So, like, if we do this one, it's just workers to produce the biomass? That's not in range anyway. Well, remember, we can do the project here. Although, I guess if I was going to do this, I'd probably do it over here, right? Because this world's a little further out from all of our stuff. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And then we'd have to feed workers in, which I assume we cannot do from here. Yeah, it's too obstructed. But we can. This could be another worker production world or something. I think we can make that happen. I think this is better. Yeah, okay. So, slip amplifier, and then boom. Okay, successful. You need one more world around you to flip over. You just need goods. Does it make sense for this world to not be goods? I think this is probably just a goods world. We don't have robots for it yet, but that's fixable. Or minerals. We'd want minerals. Yeah, minerals to goods should be good here. Connect that, and there you go. That's another one. We need one more. Do we have enough? The science for the teleporters takes 45. Okay. So we wait. We could use this to produce minerals instead. Probably not, right? Because, like, this is the only thing this world can do. Just, like, do that and this. Okay. Then we're gonna need some minerals for Robot World. So what, I would probably want to turn this into... Well, it being arid's not gonna help. Because these are arid, and the only thing you can do with arid is... Well, hold on. Am I allowed to terraform again? No, you can only terraform once. So yeah, this being an arid world is not useful, right? But it being a mineral world isn't really better. Well, I guess it being a mineral world means we could feed the minerals into here. But we can't get people to it. So actually, that's not very helpful. I mean, it's probably this world makes robots and feeds that, but it's a little awkward because I can't get the mines, or they can't get the minerals over here. Do you just need to be connected to one more thing? Yeah, you need to be connected to one more successful thing. So if this world... No, this world needs import and export to be successful, as does this. I just want to get one more prosperous up so that we see a new set of tasks before we go building things out anywhere else. So you're not close. You are close, but you need a thing that we can't get you. This needs a worker input. Can we make that happen? Because if we can just get workers over to here, that solves several of our problems. If we make this an Earth-like world... Oh, that'll actually work really well. Because now we can make this a hive world. Feed that to it. Bam. Easy. Video games are easy. Get 2 more worker-producing worlds to prosperous. Getting 2 Forge Worlds to successful doesn't seem like it's going to be all that hard. We have a bunch of Forge Worlds that are, like, almost there. And this is a little bit less victory point resource, but it'll give us the option of, like, 3 top-level quests in the future. I think I like that and that. A lot of my worker-producing worlds are already prosperous, right? Like the ones in the center. Well, I guess not that many. This one is. And that one is. But we can probably make that work. I accept. We can do this. Okay, we're still a little... Yeah, the year hasn't ticked over yet. We still don't have that income. This should probably connect. That seems wise. And then, hey, what a surprise. We need chips again. So, Forge Worlds, 2 successful. You just need an export. Oh, you have one available. Problem solved. Let's get those teleporters. Yeah, teleporters first. It takes 1 month to build them, and they're expensive, but... like, it's extremely doable. We have a lot of money. Our income has been very solid for a long time. This world needs another mineral import. So it has to be minerals coming in from a different world. That is a little bit of a problem. I mean, obviously this is hugely out of range. I think this is more than double out of range, so even the slip amplifier wouldn't fix that. We can test it, though. Yeah, that's a range problem even if there wasn't an obstruction. I mean, we could do this. We are already studying minerals somewhere, but we could put up a second mineral lab, like here, and just feed in minerals from there and also people. We do need another export route. I don't hate it. Oh, and our empire size keeps going up. Yeah. The administration costs are irrelevant, and the victory point values are not irrelevant. That, I think, is slip relayable. I don't think it makes sense to put it on this world, so I guess we'll do it here. Slip amplifiable. Beautiful. Awesome. Great. We need water over here. Okay. Well, it's a little inconvenient. Can you produce water? You can kind of produce water. I don't think this is a problem we're having. Goods produce robots and robots produce goods is actually interesting. Not necessarily actually a solution to very many problems that I see right now, though. Yeah, I don't think we actually need that. Habitats are very whatever. I think we're saving up for higher stuff. So, bad science lab just for the purpose of getting exports and stuff is perfectly reasonable. Can you make water out of... oh, we can make this Earth-like and then it will produce water, right? Yeah. So do we have food on this side of the thing anywhere? We don't. We get some. We could get some food. Because like if we could use this to produce I don't know, something of value. I want worker income for this, right? Does this connect? It actually does. That's incredible. Okay. Water, and then we have to get another import. Yeah, we have to get another import, and we have to export the biomass for something before this will level up and produce a second water. Which is a little awkward. But that's not bad. That's workable. Biomass becomes this. This becomes that. This feeds that. Ah, shoot. It sent the extra water here because they were already connected. And that's all the water this planet will ever produce. Problem. I mean, we accidentally did a good thing, I think, but also problem. Well, we'll use our teleporters or something. So, or we'll use void synthesizers, right? That's an option. Mind control project is maybe fun. Culture seems really good. This doesn't have to be a right now problem, though. Maybe we get void synthesis first to help us solve other problems, and then we get culture? Because we have a lot of successful, at least, worker-producing planets. We're going to get a ton of culture. We got time on that. Give me void synthesis. Okay. So, we now have a lot of ways of solving these problems. What do we need to be doing right now? We need to make another worker-producing world successful. So, where's the best place? Is that the place to do it? This one's in pretty good shape. It needs one more export, and it needs to be connected to 2 planets that are doing better. You're already prosperous. You're not even successful yet. This world could produce goods for us. We need robots over here, like, really badly. How do I... Whence my robots? Okay, so robots from here could feed a goods factory and this water world. Oh, I guess this water world should have been... Yup. Shoot. Okay, that doesn't work the way I wanted to. We haven't revealed any new worlds in a while. We could walk back quite a ways, I suppose. I mean, it's available. Okay, we just need to make any planet around this successful, and it completes this quest. So this is our focus. So you just need to get a mineral export. And you would need chips in. Chips in is tricky. Do we have a lot of mineral need anywhere or chip output that we can't use yet? You do need to output one more thing. So, okay. Let's do a teleporter. Let's do our first totally sick teleporter. Man, look at all of our cool stuff. Bam. And then how do I signal that they are attached? I think we want to put it it doesn't really matter where we put it, right? It just needs to be somewhere that it's able to feed this. Yeah, I don't think it matters which one of these gaps. Oh, okay, I see how this works. Well, in that case, I put that in the wrong place. Apparently, they have limited range. It says long range, not infinite range. So this works. Yeah. Goods go in, goods come out. Good stuff. Alright. Increase the total production of food by 12 units above what it currently is. That seems like a lot. Okay, this is great. One more Forge World to Prosperous. We can absolutely do that. We have a Forge World that's, I think, pretty close already. And then just improve science output. See, here, part of the problem with this one is that I don't think we need 8 more science per year. I don't think we're actually going to benefit very much from that. So maybe we do want to take this one. That's a lot of food, though. And I should note, first of all, taking completable tasks is valuable because of the fact that you get more tasks. But also, at the end of the game, we will lose points for any uncompleted task that we have open. So, you know, I'm leery of taking something like this because I just don't think we will finish it. So I'm going to take that even though I don't want the science. We'll just get it done. We'll just make it work. So, what do you need now? You need 1 more import or export. I mean, we could teleport goods over to here. It's not awful. Is there any other place that, like, desperately needs goods and definitely can't get them? See, the thing is, this world has a potential good-producing world right there, which makes me a little bit reluctant to spend the time. Because it's not just money, right? It's also, it's a month to build the teleporter, and then a month to connect to the input, and a month to connect to the output. Do you need to export 1 more time? And you're actually having a lot of trouble with that. So, can we make that work? Is that possible? We do this as far over here as we can. No, not quite. Can't quite make the distance here. Yeah, that's crummy. Alright. Don't build that. I'm pretty sure the next thing we want to build is Universal Harmony. Or Ascension? The Ascension Gate, and we can just feed our extra workers into the Ascension Gate. I mean, we can get both. We still have 7 years left. Game ends at the end of 3426, because we started in 3401, so we got time. Alright, what do you need? You just need 1 more import or outport. Outport. Export. So we could make this a colony, and that would allow us to output the goods. We could also just connect here, and this planet will eat the extra goods. But if I do that, am I going to regret having... Well, we'll get another good output when it upgrades anyway, so no, we absolutely just do that. Bam! Quest! Okay. This tech was not one of those, so we'll get this next year. Alright, so we need to lab. We need a lab that's going to produce 8 science, or we need to power up some existing labs a little bit, which could happen. What's out here? Okay, if that thing that was close was a mineral world, I was just gonna do some connecting. Oh, we still need people over here. We need goods over there. Kind of a weird... Do we want this to be people? We need to start cleaning up some places where we're producing unhappiness, because we are kind of getting toward the end, and I definitely want this number to be higher. I do think the Ascension Gate looks like it's going to be valuable, because workers who don't have a place to go are producing unhappiness. And if we can just convert them directly into happiness, that sounds lovely. Build a gate right here and just feed workers from both of those worlds in. So what could we... What are we not researching? We have water, mineral, green stuff up here somewhere. We are researching robot somewhere, right there. So the only kind of research station that we don't currently have is a chip research station. So we can fix that. Do you need more outputs? Oh no, you're prosperous already. I'm zoomed out far enough that I can't see the symbols anymore. Is there a place where we could put that down where it would be able to get fed by 2 chip producers? It looks like probably no. Man, goods output on this world is like very strong, huh? Oh, hey, we should definitely connect this. What am I doing? You discover a warehouse facility. All it does is produce money, which you don't need. I guess take it? It's fine. Actually, just undo. Oh no, okay. Right, you can't undo once you have the information of what's at the place. That makes sense. I was gonna say, I don't really want this, so... let's see, we can mineralize this world. Make it this. Feed you over here. Do that. Bam. Universal harmony. Okay, culture is a special resource always accepted at any planet. It can fix unhappiness, or it can just make bonus. I love make bonus. With the right technology upgrades, culture can confer other bonuses. Ah. Any prosperous planet receiving culture produces culture. Interesting. Trade income is whatever, we have infinite dollars, and dollars are not worth points. So we definitely want Ascension. We'll be able to afford both of these before the end of the game, I think. Yeah. Okay, and we will take them both. Okay, cool. Cool and fun and exciting. So for right now, let's not touch the points of culture. We'll just let them float. It wants us to assign them manually to worlds, and we will totally do that someday. So for right now, teleporter and teleporter. Let's just feed this out to here. Yay! Oh, science, right. Someone got distracted. Well, okay. Let's do some more searching. Because we need chips over here. So if we can find a couple of worlds where we can produce chips. Yeah, okay. Okay. Compelling. Also need chips. Alright. Do we have a source of food or, alternatively, robots? If this world's Earth-like... How do you produce food on an Earth-like world? Okay, it's also robot-based. So we are always going to need robots for that. Okay. I think I do want to do this. Oh, that's not going to work. And this is also not going to connect. 'Cause planets. Alright, we're gonna have to use like a teleporter or something. It's very goofy. But the only reason we have to use a teleporter is this teleporter. Can I go back far enough to unplace that? No. Oh, right, because I just did a search. Yep, okay, that's fine. We'll live. So make those. New technology. Ascension gates take time to build, so it's probably best we get this now. Okay. Now we need to make people. We connect these two worlds. Grr. We make a research station. Alright, we just need one more science from anywhere, which we can absolutely do. Just like connect a worker to any existing lab will do it. Or of course, like a resource of the appropriate type would also be fine. So the existing labs, are we in places where we can do that? We are. Yes, take this worker and put them there. Hooray! Alright, the end of your term is close, so you can take up to 2 tasks this time. What can we do? Food producing worlds to prosperous. This world will become successful if it gets green stuff, and we can certainly teleport in some green stuff. In fact, we are strongly incentivized to do so. We can do this. Remnants and Forge Worlds. So a lot of our Forge Worlds already are prosperous, but not all of them. And some of them are well connected. Yeah. Alright. Perhaps too ambitious. We'll find out. So, now we need to finish fixing this. We created a weird situation over here. I have to finish fixing it. So, water out to either of these is kind of whatever. You need food badly to do this. So I think we do this thing. Okay, now we need robots and minerals. We don't have a super easy way of getting... do you connect here? No, that's very out of range. And you know, like, having struggling planets, not so good for your happiness. Okay, we need to sit for a minute before we can get culture dissemination, and then we'll figure stuff out from there. And, like, mind control could help us as well. We may actually want that. So... we have a mineral world over here. We could just do a mineral teleport, potentially. We might be able to... hold on. If we turn this into a mineral world, we do this, and then we do the slip amplifier, does that give us range? It does. Okay. Solves the problem. Everybody's happy. We still need robots here, and now we're going to have to, because of the way we built this, we're going to have to teleport those robots in. But that's very doable. Right, this, then teleporter, teleporter. Cool. Am I allowed to send this back? No, okay. Because, like, obviously, like, chips to there would be really nice. Okay. Culture dissemination. Invent. So, I have two quests, and we gotta get them done here, and we're at the end of the game. So let's try. Food producing worlds must become prosperous. Why did I take this? I must have seen some places where I thought we were close on that. And then also Forge Worlds. We have Forge Worlds that are close. So this just needs any import or export. Which we can definitely figure out with a teleporter. Where are the food-producing worlds that are close? I must have some. There must be some reason I thought this was a good idea. Sorry, that's not food producing, that's food accepting. I had just built this. Maybe that's all I was thinking, was I was just like, you know, we got some food stuff. Yeah, this might have been... why did I take this quest? What was I thinking? How are you doing? You need green stuff. You're already connected to some happy stuff. Okay, let's get you green. Let's go... teleporter. Teleporter. Can't connect to this side. I didn't realize they were so positional. Interesting. So if we do it more like... this ought to be fine, right? Because we can cross that thing. Cool. You need one more import or export. So we need robot or green stuff in, or we need wheat out. And as always, we can feed a planet that is already fed, if we want. We're gonna run out of time with these quests on our board here, because my eyes are too big for my plate. Wait, my stomach is too... Well, how do words work? How does sentences? I ask you, I beg you, please, someone tell me. So it's gonna take forever to build that one up. I'm just, real quick, I'm looking for the second one that we're going to do. And I don't know where it is. We don't have another good one. It's bad. It's bad news, friends. I done goofed. Okay. Any import or export. Any import or export. So obviously, like, all of this teleport stuff is a little crappy, because it does take a lot of time to build these. Nobody really needs food all that badly. It doesn't really mean anything for this planet to have an extra green sitting around. It's not helping or hurting, so it doesn't help to like feed it into this. We've gotten our happiness up to 128, and we're going to be able to make some good moves on that. I'm pretty happy with that part. So that technology that we bought, any prosperous planet receiving culture produces culture. So we want to just bounce our culture around our prosperous stuff. That's going to be very powerful. And that's a thing we can do instantly at the end of the game, so we don't need to stress about that just yet. So yeah, I think it's just going to be like build a teleporter that allows this to feed wheat into Turbis 1, even though that's not helping anybody. We just need to get rid of this good. Okay, I do believe. So you need to get one thing in or out as well. And that's a Forge World that we could turn into Prosperous, which would be really important. Do we have any, No, we don't really have any worlds that need goods. We've been pretty successful at disseminating those. Okay, here's one. I love you, teleporters. Alright, Prosperous Forge World. 1. And then this, it's easy enough to make this prosperous. What does this need? Another export route? Because once that's successful, it's going to start producing culture, right? We do care about that. We still have to fix this, too. Which is why we have so much stuff to do. I mean, that's the nature of the game, right? You're going to run out of time. Let's export these goods. Or do we have anywhere that's producing robots or chips that would like to get rid of them? Because that would be a good way to make sure that we're maximizing our outputs. So most of the stuff in the middle of the galaxy is really happy already. They're already using all their things. The only place around here that would really make sense to do that is the place that's already connected to it via infraspace relay, actually. Once you get water, you're going to have... but you're already connected to it. What am I talking about? I was going to say, once it's going to have another robot soon. We'll just use that. Yeah, it looks like in this case, there's nowhere that we can connect this that matters at all. Okay, so we're just throwing a resource away. Fine by me. We should also spend our... Yeah, let's buy this. We may end up installing some mind control projects. Are they free? So, I mean, in terms of time. Yes, they are. Okay, cool. So any people that we don't have time to ascend, we can mind control. Because I'm the good guys in this story. Right, so this does this thing. That gets me that. Beautiful news. And I mean, like, a prosperous world by itself is worth a ton of points, right? Wow, that's... I sort of wish I hadn't seen that, because... the surprise factor. I was just checking how many points a prosperous world was worth. Don't have seen that. Hey, me from the past, edit that out. That's not gonna... I'm never gonna do that. So now we have very little time left, and we have to consider whether it's worth it to try to finish this quest, or if we'd be better off just building ascension gates and stuff. It's worth it, because it's a huge amount of points, right? It's... Well, interestingly, it doesn't actually say what the blue value of that is, but each blue is 50 stars. And by finishing it, we're also not getting the star penalty for having an unfinished quest. So yeah, doing whatever we have to make this work is absolutely worthwhile. Okay, green and robot in, wheat out. Does anybody around here have a green or a robot that they want to get rid of? You kind of do. Can we make that work? So like if I do this here, yeah, this'll work. I'm providing a service. Okay, one more. So we gotta flip one more food-producing world to prosperous. This one's very far off, because it's gotta be connected to a number of successful worlds already, right? Honestly, this one might be one of the least far off because of the fact that it's connected. Like, there's a lot of connections around here, so we might be able to flip a bunch of these worlds in quick succession, potentially. It's really just, it's not connected to that much stuff. In total, though, that's going to be a problem. What do you need to become prosperous? Just out of curiosity. 1 connection and 1 import or export. Okay. That's easy enough to do. Alright. If we're going to try to flip this, now we need it to have a wheat out. Then it's got to get a green stuff in, which is actually non-trivial. Where's our nearest... Yeah, our nearest biomass producer is not close. So we'd have to make some biomass. That might not be a connection that's worth making. Where's your biomass coming from? You have all these connections. What? Oh, that's a biomass planet right there. It just needs some help. So it needs another person income. And that'll make it produce another biomass. Then we can connect that biomass to here via like a teleporter or some garbage. We can make this... okay. Maybe we can make this happen. Maybe. Unfortunately, I'm fairly sure that there's no way to do wheat out, biomass in. Like a two-way trade like that would be really nice right now. But I don't think there's any kind of planet that does wheat for biomass. But if we can connect you to another world that becomes successful or is already successful, to output any of your food or to input anything of value. We're close. We're close. I think we're close. Can you connect here? Is this obstructed? That is obstructed. That's a shame. Because that would be a nice, easy wheat output. It's going to need one export, and then it's going to need the green stuff. Okay. The wheat just goes kind of nowhere. We need person here, so if we ship wheat out to this jungle to create person, that's a route we could take. Another route we could take is just search down here and hope one of these is a type of planet that can make people. No such luck. Bummer. Sure. This can produce people. It's going to be immediately miserable, though. We're going to have to rely on teleporters. I wish we could blow up this planet. Honestly. Like, getting rid of this planet would allow me to ship this person over to there. Actually, no, I screwed up with the teleporters. Okay. 1 year left. Oh, right. Right, this is how we get the green stuff. I forgot. Okay, so now I just need to output the food. I'm gonna have to build a teleporter to get food over to here, but I do believe that that's what we do. Feels a little silly. How do I pick what it is? Maybe, hold on. Maybe I have to build it after the need exists? Oh, right, after that, then I have to make a whole bunch of... After I do all of that stuff, I have to make the planets around it successful. We're never going to be able to do this. Yeah, shoot. Yeah, I really screwed up with this quest. Oh well, it's not like our score's bad or anything. We'll be fine. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do this thing that feels pretty crappy. But I need relays to fix that. Okay, so if I build the void synthesizer now, not that I want to do this anymore, but if I build it and connect it now, does it... Okay, it automatically fixes its problems. The problem is that now it has to be connected to two worlds that are producing things at a successful level. And it can't just be connected to them, it has to be trading with them. So it has to be actually receiving resources from them, or actually sending resources to them. If we connected a goods-producing world to this, that would make this successful, and then it would have to be this. Right, because these two are considered connected through the teleporters, so... Chips in, robots out. I just don't think we can do it in time. That said, making this a successful world is still good. I think I am going to not bother to fill that need, though. Yeah, like, making this world successful is still valuable. And actually, why are you not... you are not considered to have trade with this world. Interesting. Why is that? So if we get water into here... This will become successful, and that'll make that prosperous. Same deal over here. But yeah, I'm a little surprised that... Oh, For some reason I was thinking this was connected to more stuff than it is. Yeah, it's connected to 2 worlds that are at least successful. So making this a successful world would also... Yeah, we can actually maybe get this to prosperous. If we do that. So how do I do that? Because it'll help flip other worlds, and it itself is pretty high value. So what's the best way to get a water over here? If this gets a human, it produces a water. Robot as worker doesn't help with that, right? There's nowhere around that we could get a robot to that world. Yeah. I think I'm still going to take that just because none of the other ones do anything. This allows me to make asteroids into... I guess we could turn that asteroid into a habitat and go wheat, human... That's going to eat a lot of our remaining time, but there's no version of this where it's better than that, and it will increase trade income, like who cares? Alright, give me that. Let's have a look at that. Sorry, I know I got even slower somehow. Oh wait, sorry, that's not the asteroid one. Unlocks habitat structures. It's a 2-month build, so no thanks. The thing that let me do that on asteroids was like way back here, and I did not take it. So, yeah. Robots are people. Who says they're not? I'm not going to get to build any ascension gates, because we're going to be so busy trying to solve this problem. So it would take 3 months to green stuff this planet. And then we have to get people to here. And then water to there, green stuff to there. But it does things. It's close, but it's not good enough. We just don't get there. I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's do Ascension Gates. Ascension Gate... here. How do these work exactly? Okay, we can feed in multiple people. Maybe even robots. I sort of want to make this a robot world. Do we have... No. Huh, interesting. This is dancing, like we can assign it to this world as a human, but it doesn't actually do anything, right? Because we still... I guess if this were successful, it would help as one extra import to get toward the other thing. So, connect. Yep. Go into the gate. You. Go into the gate and become successful. Hooray. So you're actually pretty close to prosperous then, right? You need one more output and another successful world around. You need another successful world around. If this had a place to put wheat, it would flip stuff. Can we make that happen in a way that doesn't ruin everything? In a way that doesn't produce a ton of extra unhappiness, I mean? Probably. We ended up having way too much wheat and not enough places to actually use it. One more person in gets us so much extra value. So that's 3 months. Oh, that finishes the game. Making new industry is bad. It's very expensive. So where else do we have extra people? Each ascension gate is 2 months? So if we could find a place where, like, we have people, we have 2 sets of people that we can feed into one thing, that would be ideal. Like, we have a lot of places where there's, like, 1 extra person. It's very inconvenient, actually. Yeah, here's 1 extra person, there's 1 extra person up there. There's no place where we can put the Ascension Gate where it can take this person and this robot. Okay, well, one thing we can do, we could build this Ascension Gate here instead and take person and robot. That doesn't actually give me another spot to build a meaningful one, though. So, to build a teleporter and connect would take 3 months, but it would get me 2 extra happiness to do it that way. Can I do better than 2 happiness in 3 months in any other way? Building an Ascension Gate anywhere else is going to cost me 2 months, and then it's going to be 1 month to rig up 1 slipway. So I think, actually, this ends up being the right play? Weirdly? So, when we connect this, I believe it will both finish the game and boost this to 4 happiness. So, before that happens, let's culture. Alright, so prosperous worlds that receive culture will produce culture. So we want to make sure that we're bouncing our culture around our prosperous worlds. And each one of these is a 1% boost. So is there any prosperous worlds that are not receiving culture are top priority for this move? Is this world gonna get fed? Actually, it looks like no. Hold on, let me undo that move then. Feed this up here. Then bounce it down here. Then that goes to there. That goes to there. This goes down to here. And then there are no more prosperous worlds that need feeding down here, really. I mean, there's this. But obviously, like that, we could easily have fed from anywhere. Okay, cool. We're going to do a bunch of mind control. Right, that takes no time. So we'll bounce around and do those as well. Okay, let's see. You haven't been cultured yet. Oh, worlds that were already producing a culture will produce another culture as long as they weren't already receiving one. That's pretty good. That's a pretty big deal. Which means that you need to be fed a culture. You need to be fed a culture. You need to be fed a culture. I missed a planet somehow. It's a pretty big target. You would think that would be difficult to do. Y'all, I don't want to get ahead of myself or anything, but I'm feeling pretty good about the situation that we find ourselves in points-wise. So I think at this point, all of the prosperous worlds have received culture and thus produced their point of free culture. So now it doesn't matter where we put the remaining culture points. We just send them to worlds, and ooh, that one did not create a point of happiness. Do I misunderstand the way that this works? Because it was creating happiness on all the other ones, right? If I send this back here... Okay, that's happy. It has to be a world with all of its needs met, I think is the thing. But not a world that is already benefiting from culture, maybe? Because, like, sending it to one of these is not producing an additional point of happiness, it looks like. Yeah. Okay. I mean, whatever. It's not a big deal. Some of these are just going to get, like, sort of lost internally. But we want to bounce them, then, to any world that has its needs met. At the end. Yeah. Okay. And I'm not going to try to, like, optimize this the rest of the way, because it sounds like a nightmare. Okay, you just need to go to any world that has its needs met, which is not actually that many worlds in this area. No, wait, that's... No, we just don't have one, actually. We don't have a place where we can put that. Yeah, all the worlds around here still have needs. So I guess that culture can't really do anything. This culture can go here and produce a point of happiness from that. This culture... Yeah, no world around here actually has its needs met. Huh, and that automatically sent the robot down here. I'm not sure. Okay, whatever. Are there any other cultures still bouncing? This one. This one can go to... here. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all we can do about that. And then we still have a little bit of unhappiness. There's some unemployment in some places that we should mind control off. Anywhere that we have spare people. But not spare robots. Robots do not... Robots have the wherewithal not to be sad when they don't have to work. Oh! Still have a bouncing culture here. Wow, that made that world prosperous, actually. I was not looking at the math on that. That's pretty... that's pretty good. Yeah. And then... this is not connected to any place where we can gain points with this. So how much unemployment do we still have left? There are 4 points of unemployment left that we have to fix. Can I... Nope, can't get a readout of those. If I look here, can we get a readout? Not really. I tried not to look at the number. I didn't want to know the number yet. Yep, that's 1 point. Did we get this one already? Nope, that's 2 more points there. There's 1 point of unemployment left. And then past shortages. Is that just places where we haven't, like where we used to be unhappy from shortages and it wears off over time? Because it doesn't, we're not struggling anywhere else. So I don't think that there's, I don't think we can fix that. So I think at this point we just press the end button. We just do this thing. Gosh, I hope this actually works. I hope this actually connect. The guy might not come across, but I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on that. Yeah, he didn't. 186. If we could go down there and move his little head across, he would connect and we would get a 2% higher modifier. But hey, that's by a large margin the best score I've ever gotten, so I'm just going to shut my mouth and stop complaining. We did lose 500 points here by not having this. If we had gotten that last world connected, it would have been plus 500 stars, plus, what was it? It was like 16 or 17 of these, so all of those points, and then multiply that delta by 186%. So obviously, it would have been pretty cool. I hope you all don't mind. I'm just going to take a screenshot of that for my records, you know. Yeah, I'm like really happy with that score. And that's the thing about this game that's so part of what about this game is so compelling to me is like I can do a thing like that and get a score that I think is really great and still be like, if I were to do that again, here's 4 places where I think I could clean it up. We could sweep around the edges and make these extra good decisions. Yeah, that game, man, Slipways. I absolutely cannot wait for this for the full version of this. And thank you all so much for watching. If you're still here, I assume you're into it as well. So, you know, like I said, remember to wishlist it on Steam and whatnot. And for real, thank you all so much for watching. This is a long video, it turns out. When you come back next time on Monday, we're going to have some other stuff happening. Not more of this, but definitely other stuff. And we'll see you then.